Well, good morning, guys. How y'all doing? Well, we're back out in the garden today. As you can see behind me, the leaves are falling, and wintertime's about on us. So today, me and Michelle's come out here in the garden, and we're gonna save the peppers. Now, what do you mean by save the peppers? Well, in our part of the world, we live in zone 7. And when the frost comes, the peppers are done. It's gonna burn them back to the ground. But where peppers are originally from, they're a perennial. Like I said, we grow peppers in our region of the country, and most of the country, peppers are grown as an annual crop. You get your little transplants, you know, or you plant your seeds, whatever you do, but you get your transplants, you put them in, you grow them for a season, and then the season's over and the winter gets them, and then you start again next year. See, what happens in our area is in the springtime we plant peppers, put them in the ground, and just about the time they start taking off and producing good, it gets real hot, and they struggle all through the summer. And then when it starts cooling down again, the peppers really start producing, and they produce really well to the first frost. If we can save these peppers, overwinter them, get them started in the spring, they're going to have a jump over a small transplant, and we can produce peppers earlier and get a good yield before it gets too hot. So the first thing that we need to do with these peppers is we need to prune them. Now guys, this is going to be drastic, but they'll be just fine. So we got this big old pretty bell pepper plant, and we're going to whack away. So they've forked down in here, and what we're going to do, we're going to remove all the foliage from this pepper plant. Let me get some of that off. I'll show you what I'm talking about here. You see all these nodules on this plant? That's where new growth is going to come out next year. We probably don't need but maybe 1 or 2 nodes on each one of these stems. So I'm going to prune him back. Now, that's what we're going to save. You can see it's nice and woody down here at the bottom. This is a well-established plant. So once we got him pruned down, the next thing we got to do, we got to dig him up. Alright guys, so we got him out of the ground. Next, we're going to get him potted up. Now, some folks will take and get rid of all this dirt so that we're not bringing white flies and different bugs into the house if you're going to store them in the house. What we're going to do, we're going to store these peppers in the barn up next to a window. They'll get some light. We'll keep them watered. But it's going to be cool out there. It's not going to be freezing. It's not going to kill them, but it's going to be cool, and it's going to keep them in dormancy. We'll give them enough water and enough sunlight to keep them alive, and then come the end of March, middle of April, we'll put him back in the garden. Now what I've got here, I've just got an old pot that I was given, or either we had bought a tree in it, one of the two. But that's what we're going to use to put a pepper plant in. I have put some of this soil in the pot. I've probably put about 4 inches of soil in the pot. And I'm going to set him down in here. And I'm going to use the opportunity to straighten him up. That pepper had a little bit of lean to it. The soil that I'm using today is a mixture of reclaimed potting soil and wood dirt that we got out of the woods. So it's got a few pine needles and a few sticks, and but it'll work just fine for what we're doing here, and it'll save us a dollar or two on potting soil. You guys know everything's gone up. So we got our pepper, we got him in the pot. Make sure that he's got plenty of good dirt around him, and now we just need to water him in. Alright guys, let's give him a little water. Alright guys, that's all there are to it. We've got this pepper in a pot. We're going to take him indoors. We're going to keep him cool, give him a little bit of sunlight, not too much, and sort of keep him in suspended animation until springtime. So in the spring we'll come back, we'll plant him out in the garden, and I'll show you the progression that this pepper makes compared to our other pepper plants. We always get some plants from a local hardware, and we like to support them, but we'll do a side-by-side this spring and see how it goes. So until next time, this is old Piedmont Gardener. Y'all have a good day.